What's one of your favorite zombie movies? Hot take, this movie works in spite of Jesse Eisenberg being here, not because of it. It's day 77 of 365, today's movie, Zombieland. Directed by Reuben Fleischer, who has 3 more movies coming up on Daily Stub Reviews, so make sure you follow if you want to catch those. And this one stars Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Abigail Breslin, and Emma Stone. This one came out during the height of the zombie apocalypse craze. I had just gotten my taste of The Walking Dead, and my college had just done Zombie Week when this movie came out. So needless to say, I was excited for a fun zombie movie, one that's not necessarily just horrifying and scary all the time. I really loved this one as a teen. You don't get fun zombie movies very often, especially at that time. And so this one that was kind of taking the piss out of the genre while still celebrating it, I really dug that. Now, on my recent rewatch, I discovered I don't really like Jesse Eisenberg in this movie much. His character, Columbus, is essentially superfluous to the movie. I'm on the boat of believing that we don't need a narrator to make a movie work, especially a movie like this one. And honestly, if you excise him entirely and leave us with a trio, the movie can be just as fun. Honestly, the fact that Bill Murray is here and not one of the main characters is kind of crazy to me. Like, Bill Murray, Woody Harrelson helping Emma Stone, Abigail Breslin navigate a fun zombie apocalypse, that's infinitely more fun and more Ghostbusters-y than putting milquetoast Jesse Eisenberg into this. This isn't a hate on Eisenberg thing either. I think he's an excellent actor when he's in the right thing, but he was kind of cast type at the time as this like incel-y, I can't get along with women, I'm scared of confrontation guy. And that kind of takes the fun out of this genre for me. All of the fun bits are Woody Harrelson. He's having the most fun in this apocalypse. Had we centered on him, the tone of the movie would have come out even better. Also, we'd lose Amber Heard, which is never a bad thing. It also would have given us more time for character growth, which I think is the weakest point of the whole movie. Everyone's kind of an archetype and not really going through any personal growth. Jesse Eisenberg's Columbus especially is guilty of this, but all of them are to a certain degree. I'm curious if the trio version is better, but I don't know. What do you think? Now, I'm not here to just hate on the movie. I did find 3 things that I really loved about Zombieland, so let's talk about them. The first thing that I love about Zombieland, like I said at the top, is it's fun. We really don't get many fun zombie movies, and I understand why. There's a human toll to any zombie story. There is something that you have to accept as the audience, that every zombie that gets killed was a person with a valuable life. People don't like it when you talk about that either. People hate it when you bring that up as an idea that maybe the zombies don't deserve to have their domes caved in. They didn't really do anything wrong besides get sick. And I think it speaks a lot about how much our culture, especially in America, disregards people with illness and disability. That's the zombie genre. If you're willing to have fun with just the body count that's happening on the terms of these are NPCs, these are actors in a movie, no one's actually getting hurt here, and we're just using our imagination, it becomes a really fun time, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone's had that frustration of like, man, we really need a plague to take a bunch of people out. I'd be a lot happier if it was just me and people like me out here. And this movie even calls that into question. What if the people out there aren't all like you? Are you still gonna be able to get along? Are you better off totally on your own, or are you better off learning how to adapt to others? The final, I guess, admission of this movie is kind of in the face of the zombie genre. It's almost satirical. It's almost a takedown saying, hey, yeah, dumbass, you wouldn't be better off by yourself. And it's actually really sad that these people are dying and becoming zombies. We don't want this to happen. We're just making the best that we can with a bad time. I appreciate that. And so the fun that we have with the little deliverance bit in the grocery store, the fun that we have having zombie kill of the week, those little Family Guy cutaways from the time, they add something to the overall fun and tone of the movie. So that's the first thing I really enjoyed. I could use another fun zombie movie. I'm sick of super serious, overly complicated, not to shit on 28 Days, Weeks, and Years. They're doing something really cool, like having an actual conversation within the genre. And Walking Dead is just trying to be entertaining without being super fun. So I guess I kind of err more into the end of like, let's just have fun zombie movies. I also really enjoy a zombie movie that has like a mutation to the people to remove a little of that humanity. That's just me. I have a hard time watching bodies on bodies get piled up of people that are, according to this one, still actually alive. They're not reanimated, they're just sick people. That's almost a little crazier, isn't it? I don't know. The second thing I love about this movie, and something that was hugely popular at the time, was the Zombie Survival Guide, and this is the closest movie that we will ever get to adapting that book into a movie. Now, it doesn't mean we won't see the Zombie Survival Guide on a marquee somewhere as a movie in the future. Honestly, I think a lot of people would go for that. But I do think that if we don't get that, I can't be too mad because we do still have Zombieland. This movie is trying to do something with the survival aspect to give access to the average layman. Things like Walking Dead and Dawn of the Dead and series like that kind of expect you to know the genre as you walk into it. You're supposed to have ideas of what to do in this situation. Gather your weapons, gather supplies, hunker down somewhere, wait for help. Those kinds of things are expected of you. The Zombie Survival Guide and Zombieland both say, what if you're just an average person and you don't know what to do in this situation? Here's a walkthrough, here's a guide, here's things you may not have thought about. And that access to the layman, I think, may have even added to the overall zombie craze of the time. The biggest push for Walking Dead didn't really happen until the 4th, 5th, and 6th seasons as people started to adjust to this kind of genre being widespread on television. And I believe in my heart that Zombieland was part of that. People watch this movie, Woody Harrelson being in it, a cowboy having fun. That's pretty close to the stuff that ends up being in and a little darker in Walking Dead. So I think these things are kind of all playing in tandem. Zombies were big on our mind at the time, but this is the most accessible from those, and I kind of enjoy that. The third and final thing that I love about Zombieland is the montage of the road trip once we get the quartet together. This is the closest thing we get to character development, I feel, across the whole movie, and the interactions character to character as they give us every different combination possible become my favorite part of the whole film. This is the heart of the movie. This is what it's all about, is getting these people together and seeing that they're actually better together. They enjoy having someone to talk to, having someone to discuss aspects of their life together. And I love watching this play out in quick succession. I could have taken, honestly, 2 more of these across the movie just to give us another feeling of why these 4 fit together so well. These kinds of character things end up adding to a movie in a way that no over-the-top zombie kill or excellent set design or bits could really add. This is such deep character work, and we have 4 really excellent actors working off of each other in just a car. That had to have been one of the best shooting days of the entire movie, I would imagine. But I'm curious what y'all think. Am I a little too mean saying Jesse Eisenberg shouldn't be in this one? Or do you agree and would have rather seen a trio? We're going to switch gears out of gory movies into animation, where we're talking about Toy Story and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs next. And as always, I will see you tomorrow.